everybody, it's the Voodoo doll from Noir Grimoire, and today we're going to be doing a ritual on cursing someone you hate. Now, I'm very big on sympathetic magic. I'm very big on animal parts, so if you're someone that's squeamish, you might not want to look now, but I'm going to show you what we're going to be using. We're not going to go step by step with me doing it with you, because this is a real ritual. It is a real spell that I'm doing, so I want to put my focus in that. I'm going to show you what I'm using, I'm going to do the ritual, and I'm going to come back and explain to you each little piece of what I've done. That way you can use and employ some of these in your own work. So we have a real pig of a person that we're working with this time, so properly fitting, we're going to use a pig. So this here, this is our little subject, our wonderful little pig that we're going to do our ritual work with. So I am going to address this, I'm going to work with him, and I will be back in 2 minutes. Okay, so now we have the finished parcel. So I'm going to try to go through each of these symbols and what they mean and not shake the phone too much. It's going to be hard for me to do because I'm trying to look through the camera and point at the same time, so bear with me. So here we have the pig skin. I'm going to tell you what's underneath it. I've printed it out for you, that way you can actually see it and not try to imagine what I'm saying. So we have the symbol of black sulfur. This was printed on the pig's skin. I used a marker. You can try to scratch it into the skin if you want. That just adds extra energy into it, but I just opted to go ahead and draw it on. I also have the pentagram. That was drawn on the pig's head. And we have the black cross. That was drawn on the pig as well. You can kind of see it through here. And I also drew the sigil of Lucifer on here, which I did not print out for you because you can easily find that online. So let's go through what these symbols of darkness mean. So in dark works, I like to evoke the elements, and I also like to use certain deities. For this deity, for this work, I used Lucifer. And I used Lucifer because Lucifer is humbling. He teaches. It's not just about damnation and fucking you up. It also has a lesson in it if you choose to learn it. And that goes perfectly with the symbol of black sulfur. Black sulfur is an alchemical symbol, and it basically means the marriage between creation and destruction. It's the complete circle. So you can kind of say the creation of this would be this person that we are cursing acting like a pig. The completion of it would be when this curse is completed, when it manifests completely, and when and if this person learns their lesson. This cycle may not be complete until this person dies. It's up to this person. So this is creation and destruction. Think of it as a circle. Even though it looks not like a circle, think of it as a perfect circle. Beginning, the middle, the end, it goes on and on and on and on, almost infinitely, until this cycle is done. And only that person and only the universe knows when that's going to be. So then we have here the pentagram, and that pentagram is inverted. Sorry, I'm trying not to get burned. There we go. That pentagram is inverted. So when we have the 2 points on top and the bottom point on the bottom, that basically means that our will is over the spirit, the material is over the spirit, the earth plane is over the spiritual. So it's upside down. When it's right side up, that means that the spirit is more important and the spirit is over the physical plane. So that would be your Wicca and things like that. We are doing dark work. We're trying to manifest and change our circumstances. We are changing energy. We are putting energy out. So this is our will be done. Our will is more important than the spiritual right now. This is the physical. This is mundane. So that is why that is a pentagram, and it is inverted. It's upside down. So then we have the symbol of the double-armed cross that was written on the pig as well. And so you have two arms on here, and this is actually very, very old. I'm trying to point to it. Oh, there we go. So this is very old. This goes all the way back to Samaria. So the original cross does, and this. So this arm here, we'll start here. Heaven and hell. So we have heaven and hell. Spirit, existence, life, beauty. That's kind of like what this means. So the little tiny arm, the left hand of this arm is damnation, and the right hand is salvation. I live on the left-hand path. I live on the side of the cross. Damnation. The other side is salvation. We move to the larger arm. So the larger arm of the cross is going to represent, we have the flesh, the spirit, destructive powers, decay, darkness, the universe, death, and then we have oblivion, and then we have heaven. I hope I'm explaining that right. I'm trying to point to it at the same time. Let's see. There we go. So we have salvation, damnation, the astral plane, heaven and hell, top to bottom. We have balance. The four limbs represent earth, air, water, fire. So we have all of that represented in that. Eternity and oblivion, salvation and damnation. So that is what that symbol means. So all of that we're evoking into this. So we are doing this work. This is damnation. Actually could be salvation for the person that is casting it, you know. So it's everything. So that's what those symbols mean. So now we have the symbols that are on the actual pig skin. So now I'm going to go to the herbs that are on it. So you have here are just my normal peppers. You don't need to go expensive with this. I just have regular pepper. So I want this spell to be hot. I want it to burn. I want this person to be scorned. I want this person's life to be hell, chaos. I want it to be as uncomfortable as it can be for this individual. So I have just put pepper on here. I use cayenne pepper, black pepper. You can see red pepper flakes. That is what is adorned on that. I also used the doom oil, a homemade doom oil that I made, and I went ahead and I spoke my intention into that. The person's picture is in the snout here. This little snout, if I were to open that, the picture of the person is inside of the snout. So now we have the liquid that is on top of it. So what I did is I went ahead and did some chakra work on this. I don't want any resistance from this person's chakras and trying to resist these lessons or these energies that are going to be entering into their life. So what I did is I took the 7 colors of the chakras represented in candles. This is what we have here. And I've gone down each chakra. So what you want to do is I hold this in my hand and I have a pot. I'll put a picture on here, and I put that pot on the stove in high, and while I'm standing over that pot I have this candle. I go through each 7 colors and I will speak. So this is the sacral chakra, the root chakra. I will say, I'm snuffing this chakra out. I've cursed blah 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 to a life where this chakra does not work, and I will also say what it does. So if it's the sacral chakra, you're not going to have a root chakra, no energy, no vitality. And I also, it's done. I've broken that chakra. I've cursed them to where they can't connect to this anymore. And once I've broken it, then I take it and I throw it in my pot. And while it's melting, I pick up the next color and I have that in my hand, and I speak into existence what I'm doing with that chakra and what I'm exterminating or eliminating. Snap it and I put it in the pot. I let it melt down, and once it melts down, you can go ahead and add quite a few things in here. I add my, I'm having a brain fart right now. So I add graveyard dirt into that. So I put my graveyard dirt in there and I just say, you know, I curse you to your life that your chakras don't work. I muddy them up as much as possible. I'm attaching also the energy of that person's grave from the dirt into the work. And I'm stirring that up. You can add urine to it, you can add spit to it, feces, whatever you are feeling in that moment. So obviously it's going to be a pot that you're not going to use for anything else. So you're melting this down. When it melted, I went ahead, I spoke my final words over it, and I poured it onto the pig skin. And it sizzled, and it froths up. You can see here, that's the wax that is on the skin. So I poured that on top of it. And that was the melted chakra. And you see how disgusting it looks. Like, this is this person's energy force represented here. So it's disgusting. It doesn't even look, you can't even tell what color it was supposed to be. So that is on top. And I went ahead, literally put the nail in the coffin. My coffin nail. I lit my candles. I like to do them in the shape of a triangle. Triangles have power. And that's really it. That is it. And then I'm going to let this go down, and if you wanted to, you can just sit and hover over this and focus on it and put even more energy into it. Think about what the person did. Think about how they fucked you over. Think about what a nasty pig they are. They deserve to live in filth. They deserve to have disgusting energy around them. They deserve to have their chakras fucked up, because that's what they do to other people. They try to attack other people's energy. They use people. Think about all the times that they used you. They fucked you over. You helped them out. You lent them money. You helped them with their business. And they turned around and stabbed you in the back. So you'd want to put those energies into these candles, and I guarantee you, if you watch these flames while you're speaking into it and while you're thinking about them, these candles will start to move. The flames will start to move. They'll grow, or they'll dance, or they'll interact with the more energy that you put into them. And I would let these candles burn down. And what I'm going to do after that, I'm going to have a little ceremony and take these little remains, and I'm going to throw these remains in the trash where they belong. Pigs live in trash, so these remains will go in trash. So that is what you have here, and that is how to curse someone that you hate using sympathetic magic. Whatever makes you think of the person. I thought of a pig. This person was definitely a pig, so I went and I got a pig. So there we go. I have a pig, and I did the spell on that. You can use whatever you want if you don't have access to things like that. You can use candles, you can use a picture of a pig and put the person's name on that. Whatever is going to get you into the mental space to put the energy needed into the spell. It's about the mental. If you can do it with the picture, then do it with the picture. If you need a physical pig, go get a pig. If you need, you know, if you have to use chicken and stuff the chicken with baneful herbs and you know, do this to chicken from the grocery store, do whatever the hell works for you. Don't ever let anybody tell you it's wrong. I can't stand when people do that, because there had to be somebody that created the first spell. So when you think about the first doom spell, the first death into my enemy spell, and that became the sanction for all other ones, well, that person had to think of some shit out of the sky too, and now we're all using it. So why can't you do the same thing? There isn't one way to curse someone. So get out of your head and get into the magic. Try to start figuring out what's real to you, what works for you, what motivates you, what gets you into that space. You know, if the person looks like a damn pit bull and you have to paint out a picture of a dog or go get a stuffed pit bull, then do that. Whatever is going to put you in the space for that person. So there you have it. And I will put pictures and pictures on this, and I will put some pictures after this, so you can see some of the processes as well. It will be a little disjointed, but we can pick out what we need from it. Take care.